Today is Friday, June 23rd, 2017. I'm in a spooky basement, and I'm also going to attempt to answer 10 of your questions in 10 of my minutes. I'm also Eric Striffler. And on the line is Jacob. How are you, Jacob?
You know, I'm glad you asked. I'm doing pretty well.
Are you ready to ask questions, baby?
Yeah.
Let's do it!
Timer is starting
10 minutes on the clock.
now. At Peak of Monsters, by the way, from last week, rollover question, because you only answered 8
That's
last
right,
week.
12
This
questions.
is,
Go ahead.
What are your top 5 favorite movies so far in 2017? No particular order.
Let me look at my letterboxd. Oh, sheesh. Oh, come on, letterboxd, come on. Okay, let's see. I've got, probably, Logan for sure. Logan's up there. Get Out was great. That was this year, right? Yeah, I love, Batman was good. Guardians was good. It Comes at Night was really good. Yeah, I definitely don't have, based on this, I definitely don't even have anything close to a top 5 so far. I'll say that. Nothing has blown me away this year so far. How about that? So, unfortunately, I don't have a full answer to that.
At Anthony YR1015 asks, what is your favorite scene in a movie or TV show this year?
God damn it, this year? Oh, you know what? What just comes to mind? I really loved the New York sequence in Fast and Furious 8 with the cars dropping from the building. I thought that was awesome. That definitely is a standout scene from this year for sure.
All right, we are now moving over to this week. Sorry, I gotta whisper. There are children sleeping all around me.
All right, you don't need to be a pervert.
Anthony Rhodes on Facebook asks, are there any directors that you believe have a perfect record of films so far?
Daniels? Maybe directors with one film. I think Shane Carruth. How about that? He's all hit for me, no misses. He's only done 2. That is a tough one. I don't know. James Wan might be up there. I guess I'll go with Shane Carruth just because at least he's done 2. And so it's not just like he's done 1, and I'm kind of, sneaking around the rules here. That's a really tough one. I'm going to just stick with Shane Carruth, even though I wish he had done more films for me to be able to. I mean, everything he's done, whether he's in it or he's worked on it in any capacity, whatever, is great. So I'm going to go with Shane Carruth.
Louis Reyes on Facebook asks, if you could start a business, what would it be? I guess this entails a new business.
If I could start a new business, what would it be? Well, how about this? How about I'll tell you what business I wish I friggin' started. Back in the day, we're talking maybe 8 years ago, or maybe 10 years ago at this point. Yeah, I don't know. I was definitely, no, maybe I was 18 or something like that. However long ago, I made a Facebook page for it. I got a website and everything for a company called We Love Waiting, and it was basically you pay us to wait in line for you. And I sure wish I had started that a decade ago. That's all I'll say. None of my friends wanted in. I tried to get them to do it when an iPhone was coming out, and they were all like, I don't wanna. Just goes to show I should have done it myself.
Rico San on Facebook asks, Ron Howard directing Han Solo. Why?
Ron Howard directing Ron Solo. So this is weird. First of all, did anybody want a Han Solo movie? So, I mean, it's kind of weird because I have no interest in a Han Solo movie. I thought Rogue One was just okay, so I'm not like, oh, they proved me right, they proved me wrong, I should say, in these, anthology stories. I'm just not really here for them. So right off the bat, yeah. Then you got Phil Lord and Chris Miller. That made me a little bit more interested, I guess. Donald Glover, believe it or not, as Lando doesn't excite me as much. I'd rather him not be taken away from working on the next season of Atlanta. I'd rather get back to Atlanta. Whatever, the cast looked good, sure, Phil Lord, Chris Miller, cool, okay, we'll see what happens, it could be interesting. And that probably is the case, it probably would have been interesting, and that's why they had to cut them. So, Ron Howard is he's the safe choice, definitely, to do it. He's definitely not trying to, prove himself creatively or anything like that. I mean, I think wasn't his last movie the third Da Vinci Code movie or something, right? Or Inferno, or whatever the hell it was called, so I think he'll just do whatever they want. I think he's going in there, and I got to give him props for it. He's going in there as to be a magician and make it what they want it to be, and I think he'll do a great job at that. I just don't know if the end product is going to be anything I care about. It probably won't be, realistically, but I wasn't excited to begin with, so I really don't care. I think it's an interesting story, but I'm not upset or anything. It really doesn't impact me.
Justin Curry on Facebook asks, what's your favorite SpongeBob episode and why?
My favorite SpongeBob episode. I feel like I quote a bunch of them all the time, but I do love the Nosferatu thing. So I guess the hash slinging slasher. I think maybe that wasn't the title, but yeah. I also I very frequently quote, "I definitely don't need it," which I guess is the water wallet watch episode. Is that the same? Is that same episode? I think so.
Sorry, this massive bug just landed on me. That was the biggest bug I've ever seen in my life. Oh my god.
Is this the next question?
No. That's
okay.
happening in real life.
All right, next question.
All right. Ow. Oh my god, did it bite me? Shit. Okay, hold on. Where were we? At Joseph_Salomone on Twitter asks, living in the city, how often do you go to Broadway shows?
Not often enough, because I could easily do rush tickets for like $30. I am going to see, of course, in like a month or so, I am going to see Brendan Urie in Kinky Boots, obviously. But outside of that, I should be going to more. And maybe I'll start doing that soon because, for rush tickets and stuff, even if I don't get in, I just walk home. I live right around the corner from all these shows. Or not right around the corner, like 30-minute walk. So, yeah, I should be doing it way more often. That is a good point. That said, I do see some, like I love the Book of Mormon. I know that was a while ago. I'm very much looking forward to the SpongeBob musical, by the way, which has a song from Brendan Urie / Panic at the Disco. So there you go. There's another connection. Really want to see Groundhog Day, the musical. That's the one that I'm itching to see right now. I loved Matilda. I loved Dog at Nighttime or whatever, Incident or whatever the hell it was called. I forget. But anyway, yeah, I should be going to more shows.
At Mr. Devin JB on Twitter asked, what is the dumbest scene in an otherwise great film?
I don't love the scene with the jetpack in Kick-Ass. I love Kick-Ass. The jetpack is okay. No, the jetpack is, it's kind of awkward and it really doesn't fit in the movie, if you ask me. But I forget if that's in the comic. I doubt it, but maybe I'm wrong. It didn't fit in the movie. I thought it was very awkward because the movie's mostly, the whole point is that it's very grounded. And then they're jetpacking around the city. I thought it was a little ridiculous. But right before that also, I never really cared for when he shoots what's-his-face out of the window with the rocket launcher. It's just, again, because it's like grounded up until that point. That's the whole point, even though it's stylized. And then all of a sudden, it just gets really goofy for a minute there. So that's the first thing that comes to mind. That's always like, whenever I'm watching it, and I'm like, I love this movie so much, except for this part.
At Andrew_Milito on Twitter asks, about how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
Not many, but the thing is, I feel like I'll go many days in a row of getting just like, I don't know, like 5 hours of sleep, and then I'll sleep for like 10 hours and sort of, it doesn't catch up, but like, I'll kind of crash and sleep a lot when I can for like to fix it almost. I don't know. I really hate sleeping. I need it, obviously. I don't drink coffee. I had coffee one time in my life that I can think of. I don't drink coffee, so it doesn't, I feel like if I drank more coffee, I'd be more tired more often. I don't know how the science behind it, but people I know that drink a lot of coffee get way more tired, ironically. So I don't really need a ton of sleep myself. I just don't like sleeping. You can't get anything done. It's very dull. It's very sad.
At Grant D_ on Twitter asks, what's the worst looking movie you've ever seen?
The worst looking movie. You know what? Okay, so it's a mix of a few, but there was this weird period in time where I feel like I want to say Saw 3D, which I just went back and was thinking about, was looking into it a little bit because of obviously the new Saw announcement, which, I'll get into at some point, don't you worry. But Saw 3D, Men in Black 3, there was like a bunch of movies in a row that looked really ugly and like purple. Do you know what I'm talking about? When you watch the trailers on YouTube or online somewhere or whatever, the movies have like a purple hue to them almost. It's weird, and I think it's because of the 3D at the time, but I can't be sure. I just remember those movies looked really weird to me, so I'm going to go with those. And I'm just thinking of Saw 3D because I was looking up some terrible old scenes from that movie just to reminisce a little bit.
At Angel Mesa Zero on Twitter asks, can you tell us some fun stories from the behind the scenes of Pity Applause?
So behind the scenes of Pity Applause, I'll say this, the most fun, but like the biggest story I can think to tell is actually documented, and Jacob, is working on a documentary right now that will be going up. We have one more episode going up called Mission Applausible in the next, week or two, and then a documentary about the making of that episode, And that show, the technical difficulties were off the charts. It was so uncomfortable to rewatch that footage. We got a little rough cut sneak peek at the documentary, and I'm very excited for people to see it because I think it's a good indicator of like what you can expect if you're just trying to do some indie theater. The show must go on, but goddamn, it can be very difficult. So I'll say that the behind the scenes of Mission Implausible, which you'll get to see soon.
Your time is up, and you have one question remaining for next week.
Oh man, the freaking now the snowball has started. Now this is gonna happen every week.
Did I lose you? Are you dead?
No, I just am sad. Thank you, Jacob, for asking questions.
Oh, you're welcome.
Where are you, by the way, that you have to whisper?
Okay, so I'll tell you this much. I'm way up in Massachusetts right now. There's sleeping children everywhere, and I may or may not have gotten bitten by the fattest bug I've ever seen in my life.
With a PH?
Fattest.
All right, well then I will let you go. Let me wrap this up. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you'd like to see any more of my videos, you can click right over here. Or if you'd like to subscribe and make sure you never miss another one of my videos, you can click right down here. Thank you for asking questions. I hope you enjoyed my answers, and I'll get to the next one, the last one next week. But thank you very much for watching, and that's pretty much it. All right, Jacob, thanks.
You betcha.
I hope you don't die.